Hello Aqua Bunnies! I'm here in Osaka's lovely Utsubo Park with my long-awaited review of the Tokyo Acroyoga Elemental Immersion. First up, let me just say, the immersion was super fun. It was my second one. I went to one before in Bali last year in August, and again, it was amazing. I only took part in the mornings of 4 of the days, so I mostly did the solar part of the immersion rather than the lunar part, so my review is obviously going to be based on the parts that I experienced. And if you don't know what an immersion is, so it's the event organized by acroyoga.org, and it's a 5-day event, and they have basically 2 different types. The first one is solar, which is all of the like acrobatic acroyoga moves that I'm sure you've seen, like all the cool looking stuff. And then the other is lunar, which is like the therapeutic side. And the immersion that we had in Tokyo was an elemental, which means it was a mixture of those 2 elements spread over 5 days. The course is, first I want to say the course is really well designed. Like, it's a great 5 days, and whatever your level, it really takes you through the basics of acro yoga, and then sort of like I said, the solar stuff, the lunar stuff, and then Thai massage as well, which is really cool. And it also includes a couple of really cool yoga sequences, which you can practice at home afterwards to build on your acro yoga skills. So the teachers this time, the lead teachers, were Marc Bauchet from France and Risa Nishiura from Japan, and they were a fantastic teaching team. I really enjoyed seeing them work together. Especially, I want to say thank you to Marc, because basically he has been supporting the acroyoga scene in Asia now for, I don't even know how many years. Like, I've been doing acroyoga 2 years, and in that time he's just been going around Asia doing workshops, supporting everyone, doing immersions, just building up acroyoga throughout Asia. So yeah, massive appreciation to him. And then of course, big thanks to Risa for leading the charge in Japan, and like the community we have today, it wouldn't be here if it wasn't here for Risa. If it wasn't for Risa. So yeah, those guys, amazing job. And then also with the addition of the interpreter, Keiko, they made an amazing bilingual teaching team. So we had, obviously Marc speaks French as well, but I don't think there were any French speakers there. So we had great English and Japanese. So yeah, they did an amazing job. If I was to make one tiny change to the part of the immersion that I saw, the first lunar asana, like the yoga sequence that we did, Marc was leading it, and then the interpreter Keiko was giving the Japanese direction. I would really love to have seen Marc and Risa do that together, because later on Risa led the solar asana, and I really enjoyed her vibe. I really enjoyed the way she taught, so I thought it would have been cool if the 2 acro yoga teachers had done the speaking for that part. But yeah, it's a tiny thing. Now, the location was the Portal Point Studio in Omotesando. So it's on Aoyama Dori, and it's Aoyama and Omotesando are, first of all, just really nice part of Tokyo. It's like, I don't know, pretty much the nicest part of Tokyo, and around that area there's a lot of really cool stuff. Like, we went looking for restaurants, and we found a couple of good vegetarian places, as well as a lot of other stuff. One was about 2 doors down from the studio. There was a salad bar. The salads were a tiny bit expensive, but very nice. And the muffins there were absolutely gorgeous. Like, they had these pumpkin muffins, like pumpkin and something seeds, but they were insanely nice. So yeah, really good. And then we also found a really nice salad place on Aoyama Dori down towards Shibuya way. I think it was called like King of Salads or Dr. Salad, or yeah. If anyone wants to know that, please message me and I'll look it up and tell you the name. But that place did really good big salads, vegetarian and non-vegetarian, and they were super tasty. So back to the studio. So the studio is in an office building, so it's like this really cool modern share office. It's like full of plants, and it's a really cool space. I mean, if I worked in Tokyo, I would love to work in that office. And on the second floor, there's their sort of events room, which is the yoga studio, and it's huge. It's like 140 square meters, so it's absolutely great for big workshops and immersions. And it's all wood floors and nice white walls, so it's a really clean space where you can just really chill out when you get down to the Luna and the mat Thai massage side of things. And also it has decently high ceilings, so you can do some cool acrobatics as well. So yeah, big thank you to Yutaka for obviously letting us use his studio for acroyoga events, and also big thank you to the assistants who took part in the immersion, because obviously we couldn't have done it without them. Now, so to talk about my favorite three things of the immersion. So the first thing that I really enjoyed was that the level was higher than it was when I was in Bali. Now, the first immersion that I went to in Bali, I think there was like a few more beginners there. So Mark, he was also the teacher then, tailored it to those people, right? And for me at that time, it was really good, because I was also, I'd only been doing acroyoga about a year. So it was great. And then this time in Tokyo, I thought we would do exactly the same content, and I was like, it'll still be great to review. And then I was blown away when we ended up doing things which I didn't expect, and of a much higher level. So I thought it was really cool that they can adapt the elemental immersion to who's there, while still maintaining the great structure that sort of immersions, acroyoga immersions, are famous for. We did shin to hand and some transitions involving and stuff like that, and quite a few washing machines as well, actually, which yeah, was really cool to cover. The second thing that I really loved was that lots of people came. It was the biggest acroyoga workshop that I know of in Japan. And yeah, it was cool because one, I got to see the lovely Tokyo community. It's always cool to hang out with the acroyogis in Tokyo, and also it was cool to see a lot of new people there. I saw a lot of people, so the community is growing, which is great. And then number three, kind of related, I could fly. I know in Japan I'm kind of a base, but I really do love to fly, and Osaka is getting better for this, because recently we just had 3 guy bases start acroyoga in Osaka, and just yesterday 2 of them were flying me in Star. I was just so happy to get to practice Star. But yeah, in Tokyo, whenever I go to Tokyo, there's a decent number, more than a few guys who are my size or bigger, which is amazing, right? Because it means that, we get to do a bit of everything, and we really get to rock our men's acro, which I fucking love that shit. So yeah, overall, the immersion was absolutely great. I really recommend an elemental immersion to anyone who's thinking about getting into acroyoga, thinking about sort of taking your practice up to the next level, because the elemental immersion covers all of the basic stuff which you'll need to progress further into the acroyoga world. And so to give a score for the Tokyo Acroyoga Elemental Immersion, I would award it 2 rainbows, 1 happy baby, and a unicorn eating a delicious pumpkin muffin. Bye bye, Acro Bunnies!